In addition to creative lenses for special effects, Photoshop Camera can also create more natural effects for enhancing both scenery images and portraits. Let's start with the portrait lens. Swipe left or right on the screen to see the subtle variations in color and contrast looks that the lens offers. The portrait lens uses AI technology to create a live blurring effect for the background as you're composing and taking your shot. For the best background blurring results, look for scenes where there is good contrast between your subject and the background. I'll tap on the small image thumbnail to view the photos I've just taken, and I'll choose one so that we can explore the portrait lens properties. First, I'll tap the magic wand at the top to apply a quick auto tone adjustment and see what that does. That actually looks pretty good, so I'll keep that for now. Next, I'll tap on the lenses icon, and then I'll tap on the portrait lens to check out its properties. To make a change to a setting, drag left or right anywhere on the image. First up is face distance. If you're close to your subject, the photo may have some slight lens distortion affecting the face, and this will help to correct for that and produce a more flattering result. Skin smoothing is pretty self-explanatory, and face light can be very useful to adjust the brightness on a person's face. Bokeh refers to the quality of the background blurring that is applied. Bokeh size controls how much the background is blurred. Bokeh amount affects how prominent the highlight points are, and bokeh brightness affects those highlight areas. Overall, I think this is looking pretty good. I'm just going to adjust the vibrance a bit to bring out a little more color, and I'll tap Done. If I press and hold on the image, I can see the original photo with no adjustments, and when I release, I can see the version with the portrait lens enhancements. Now let's look at Studio Light, which is another lens that works very well for portraits. As I swipe through the different variations, you can see how it's affecting the lighting levels on the subject's face and also on the background. Let's check out the properties for this lens. Many are the same as in the portrait lens, but there are a few additional settings that are very interesting. One of these is relighting, which analyzes the structure of a person's face to apply its subtle lighting changes. In the second Studio Light lens, which is what I'm using here, there is also a property for contouring, which uses this same customized approach to fine-tune the lighting on the face. Another interesting setting is background fade. This allows you to dim down the background to put more attention on the main subject. And there's also a vignette option for a gradual darkening of just the outer edges of the image. I'll press and hold on the image to see the original with no lens effects applied, and when I release, I see the adjusted version. Photoshop Camera also offers lenses that let you enhance landscape or scenery photos by replacing an existing sky with a new, natural-looking sky. The primary one for landscapes is the Blue Skies lens, which offers several choices for replacing a flat, featureless sky with something a little more interesting. Swipe horizontally on the screen to see the different sky choices and find one that works with your image. For this photo, I think the first sky looked pretty good, so I'll swipe back and choose that one. You can use a two-finger gesture to scale and reposition the sky in relation to the scene that you photographed. In the lens properties for Blue Skies, there are settings to fine-tune the effect, including an option for adjusting the horizon height to create a more realistic blend with the landscape. You can see that if I raise that horizon edge up a little, it makes the sky a bit lighter near the horizon line and suggests the idea of distant atmospheric haze, which looks more natural. Another way to apply a natural-looking sky replacement is to transform the image you photographed during the day into a nighttime scene. The celestial lens is a good place to start if you want to explore a nocturnal effect. Just as with the Blue Skies lens, you can use a two-finger gesture to reposition the night sky, and then fine-tune it with the lens properties. The beauty of Photoshop Camera is that I can revisit these settings at any time or choose an entirely different lens for a new creative effect.